Previously on Unranked.
We celebrated Brooks' birthday last week. That's why I
Oh
wasn't
boy.
here. Had soup
What'd you
dumplings.
do?
Soup dumplings.
You did soup dumplings?
Yeah. We went
Okay.
to.
Could you literally be more high than you are right now?
That's one of the best previously ons. So good, we brought it back.
Yeah, I think it's a double dip. I tried to find the moment where we talked about it during the podcast, but I think maybe it had been during the post show because it wasn't on the podcast feed for some reason.
No, it was at the start of the podcast. It's
Oh,
definitely
but
at the
it didn't show
start.
up in the transcript. I don't know. I'll have to check and adjust. I don't know. If it is there correctly at all, then the listeners will have heard it. And then none
They
of this matters,
will.
which means it's episode 482 of the
It
Unranked podcast. This is
is.
Christian Humes here with the one and the only, the Cassiest of Tom Caswell Games.
That's correct. Hello, everyone.
So have you officially retired the Great Brit Tom?
Yeah, it just became like every time I have to like fucking explain to people like how to spell it and like all that, it just was like, especially as I'm trying to just, you know, just make it easy to find my shit,
Sure.
basically. So I'm just going to Tom Caswell Games, keep it simple. So slowly changing everything over. You know, it's an adult. You know, it's like it wasn't a AOL username, but it was like from when I was like in college. You know, like what a great little pun. But yeah,
I mean, I liked it. It was good.
I liked it too. It was good for the time. But you know, I'm a man now that I've gotten married, so
I'm a
right
man
time to go
now.
for boy to man.
From boy to man.
Boy to man.
Tom, are you a Muppet or are you a man?
Definitely a Muppet most of the time, for sure.
Yeah, I believe that for sure. All right. Well, Tom, we don't have
Mm,
Tuna today.
no, unfortunately not.
No, no.
Had to
He's
go spend time with his wife.
yeah, well he told me he was picking up a new Cybertruck. So
Oh, I love that. I love that we're moving to him as the Cybertruck.
yeah, well, I
Uh,
hear you're trying to sell yours. He's trying to buy one.
he's trying to buy
He
one. It's a
doesn't want it
perfect.
secondhand though.
Mm.
He wants new. He
He
wants to
wants
make
it
sure
fresh
that
off the.
he wants to make
They
sure
get a
that money
sale.
is going to
Yeah, exactly. He wants to make sure he gets another sale. Yeah, that's good.
he's trying to support his boy. All right.
He's just buying Cybertrucks and gifting them. We have to. I bet you there's people doing that. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Yeah, I guarantee it too. I bet it. I bet it's true. Hey, it's the 482nd Pokemon, Tom.
Yeah.
That means we are talking about the third and final sprite of this generation. Can you tell me what that Pokemon is?
It is Azelf.
Azelf. So because I'm dyslexic, I always read it as Azelf for a long
Mm.
time, but it is Azelf. We can figure out better about the name in a moment. It is very similar to the other two Pokemon in design. It is this sort of gray little sprite, a little
Well,
Mew in its design as well. But this one, its hat is kind of like um a squid. It's kind of like a little squid hat top on
yeah.
its head, and it's sort of a dark turquoise is what I would call that color.
Yeah, I think I honestly might like it out of the three now that I'm looking at it.
It's my
I
favorite
like,
of the three design
yeah.
wise.
Yeah, it's
Tell me
pretty
about
good.
its name.
Its name may be a combination of A of the Nacrin UMA, unidentified mysterious animal. Was I go for cryptid, whatever the fuck that means. What does that mean? Open link in new tab. Was I go is Japanese made English. Japanese language expressions that are based on English words. Gotcha.
Okay, so just cryptid is what it means.
Gotcha. I see. And elf may
Azelf.
also may also involve the pronoun us as well as jour, which I kind of
Yeah, for the color.
got it from the jump was like, oh, it's because it's
Right.
you know, cool.
Cool.
Anything is this different in any way from the other two though? Like, or is it basically the same thing?
Well, each one of them had a different thing that it, kind of controlled, right? So this one is it controls willpower.
Mm, I gotta say, I like this shiny.
So there was so the first one, Uxie, right? That was
Yeah.
knowledge. Me Sprite was the second one. That's emotion. And Azelf is willpower.
Mm.
Let me take a look at the shiny. Ooh,
Like a deep
that's not
blue,
bad. That's
like a
not
blue and
bad.
gold.
Yeah, blue and gold is not bad. It's the best of the three shinies.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to read
Yeah.
you a little something from its Pokedex. The dreaded being of willpower. Legend tells of this Pokemon manipulating the will of its adversaries and turning them into puppets of its own. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
is.
cool. Not as much to say about this Pokemon because, again, it is just like the third version of the previous Pokemon that we looked at. So, a lot of what would be said about this Pokemon we have said during the other two. That being said, it sounds like Tom and I both think it is the best design of the three.
I do.
So let's see where Uxie is on the list, and then let's go from there. Because that was the highest of the two. Now we had put Uxie. Holy shit, we put
We
Uxie
put
at
him
number
high. Put him
9.
high.
Holy fuck!
Oh, wow. Okay.
But were we high that day?
I mean, we just were really high
I mean,
on
it is a
it.
cool Pokemon.
I
Yeah.
would maybe move it down below Glaceon at
But
the
then we're
very
putting this
least.
below the other one,
No.
so we're not moving anything right now. You know?
No, we don't have to move it now. We'll move it later, but I'm just saying that, like, because I would probably put this one at that point. I mean, I
Yeah.
would put it right above it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I would put it like right above it.
I think we should just put it right above it. Even though
Yep.
we both would probably move it later, there's going to be some kind of a shuffle for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Because otherwise we're going to have this conversation with Tuna and he'll be like, well, it's below it. Why would we put it above it?
No, 100%. Well, no, that's what I'm saying is like,
Yeah, later.
I meant I would move Uxie down to below Glaceon and put
Got it.
this in Uxie's place
Got it.
or whatever it's called. Oh,
Totally agree.
God.
So the new number 9, Azelf. Welcome to the fold. Hell yeah. That's great. And we got only a handful left, dude. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on. So the next two are spoilers. The cover art legendaries, right? So that means we're at endgame.
We're
And
close. Yeah, we're
really.
close.
But what's crazy is how many they added.
Yeah, this game has a lot more of the like mythical Pokemon in it than
Yeah.
typical. So like there's like Guardian Pokemon. Then there are there's there's the legendary giants in this one, not just the legendary trios. And then it had this was back when they would do the 3 games, so it has the third
Yeah.
of the legendaries that are coming.
Yeah, platinum.
And then it's got a couple mystical Pokemon. Like a lot. There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot of these mystical
Dude,
legendary.
there's another dozen. We have another dozen Pokemon. Like, that's crazy.
I know
how many it's got.
And by the way, next generation opens with a mystical Pokemon, not a mystical legendary Pokemon, is what Black and White opens with.
Oh, Victini is Generation 5?
Yeah. Yeah, this gen will end with Arceus.
Oh, wait, what? So that's the first Pokemon in the Generation 5
Yeah, in
decks?
Gen 5 it was Pokedex number 000. So it was
Oh. So what is this? Is this meant to be like the Mew of that game?
Yeah,
I
sort
know
of.
nothing about.
It's
Okay, we'll get to it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. But
Yeah.
it's the Mew, it's the Celebi, it's the the fairy like Pokemon of that game.
Okay, interesting.
I think it's because if you pre-ordered that game, I think you got it as like a download code in that game. Because I remember having Victini on my first playthrough, like while playing the game. I was able to access it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this was the time when they started doing like those kinds of updates, because I know for a
Right.
fact that most of those like legendaries and mysticals there were not in the base like Gen 4 games.
No, you had to like go, to GameStop or possibly Toys R Us for maybe some of
Yeah.
these older ones and like
Wow, what a
be
time.
on the Wi-Fi and then you could get the download.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I definitely did that for like one of them, one of the like DS
Yeah.
slash 3DS. That's
Hell yeah, dude.
crazy.
Hell yeah.
What a time. Let's go
You know
back to
what's
that.
crazy, Tom? The
Tell
one
me.
we're coming up on, right? Black and White,
Yeah.
in like a dozen weeks. Season 5 of the podcast begins.
Wow. I know.
But what's even crazier about that is that game, Tom, I was playing. That's the first Pokemon I got Alex back into. So this
Right.
jumps back into the series.
Yeah.
I was playing that game while I was working at the Apple Store with you.
Yes, you were. I
So now
remember
we're
that,
entering
yeah,
into a generation of where now
that we knew
that where
each
we
other.
knew one another. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow,
Yes.
wow. Wow,
Yes.
time
This
is
friendship is as
weird.
old as Pokemon Black and White.
Which is eons at this point.
I mean, now it is old, which is a weird thing to think. Just getting old. Time
Just
marches
getting old.
on. Speaking of which, speaking of time marching on, I was saying to you and Tuna, I think we should bank an episode or two for while I am gone.
Right.
During baby time. Just because like Tuna had to duck out last minute, and I do feel like at least once a month, one of us has to do that. And it's more
Sure.
frequently either you or Alex, just because of your work and Alex's child.
Yes, correct.
The odds of, let's say I'm out for even 4 weeks without being on, which is half the time that Tuna wasn't
True,
on.
that's true. At least one of us will probably need to
Right. So I'm
take
thinking,
off.
it's possible if you're listening to this right now, there's a heads up in a little bit more than a month, because I've got like 5-6 weeks left, but who knows? We might have some pre-recorded eps. I'm thinking, Tom, we can do kick it old school. So when we first started this podcast, I would come in with like a topic in video games and we would discuss that topic.
Wow, it's
I
been
feel
a
like
long time.
Yeah, so I'm
Long
thinking that would be
time.
the easiest way to do it though, because we can't be talking
Yeah.
about anything that's current in a
No,
pre-recorded
I like that.
episode,
I
right?
like that.
So we could do
Yeah.
that. We could do that with a topic and then a game. So like we could just do two, like we're pre-record 2 episodes like that, and we have them if we need them. If we don't need them, then we just put it out as a bonus or whatever.
Sheet them. If you don't need them, sheet them.
Yeah. So, there you go. There's that. Tom. We're recording on
Christian.
Wednesday because I have baby stuff tomorrow to go do. It's been occupying a lot of my time in the house.
Spending a lot of time in the house.
Yeah, clearing out like Teresa's office.
Oh,
Now I'm
right,
working
baby room and
on
all
like
that.
clearing out our bedroom, like taking everything out from under the bed, reorganizing stuff, possibly replacing some furniture, and then I'm gonna clear up half of my office so that some of Teresa's stuff so she can start working out of here. So it's like a lot to do right now. Still getting gaming time in though, but mostly at night. So I now have Sheev in Fortnite unlocked.
Yes.
I did my full thing. I've got it. Which is great because now I have enough battle pass points so that when Star Wars rolls around next year, I will just be able to get the next Star Wars battle pass once again. I got General
mean
Grievous
V-Bucks?
unlocked. Yeah, V-Bucks.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna
What
make
do I
sure
call it?
because
Star Wars points?
no, I just want to make sure because what they had back in the day were you used to use stars. Basically,
okay. Yeah,
you would as you leveled up, you got stars to spend. Now it's just every
V-Bucks,
level
yeah.
unlocks a thing
Yeah.
on the battle pass. But the stars, like all that goes away at the end of the season. But
Yeah.
V-Bucks stay, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice that they because usually every season is 3 months, so you would only usually get 1,000 V-Bucks every 3 months through. I mean, I sign up for Crew because it's $11 a month, but you get $10 worth of V-Bucks to spend on top of what you get from the battle pass, and you get every pass. So, but yeah, it's nice that they did that, and yeah, well, it's been a fun season. It's actually wrapping up soon.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
They announced that it's basically seemingly the trench run everyone's going to be in an X-wing versus everyone else in a TIE fighter, and it's defend the Death Star or slash take down the Death Star. It's going to be exciting. But it is during the weekend of SGF, so we'll see if I can make it. Dude, this time next week, we will be pretty much getting ready to get our Switches.
I know. So are you changing your address? What are you doing?
It's changed. It's getting mailed to you. It's
so I
changed.
should expect 1 or 2 Switches showing
Just
up
the
from
one.
you.
Just
Okay.
the one. Yeah.
What kind of delivery? And you put my address, everything's in correctly.
Yes, it is. And I had to double check
Yeah.
and like just be
You
like,
should send me when you get the tracking info. You should send it to me so that I can be
well, yeah.
looking for it.
It's this is the one from Nintendo. So it was annoying because I had to basically, there wasn't a change the address button, right? I had to like go through their chat, and then they called me and I spoke to them, and it hasn't changed yet in the thing, but they did tell me it would take a few days to like reflect in the order. So hopefully, like before, this time next week, I will know for sure that I can see that everything's correct. But I was very clearly like, all right, where you put the apartment number, you're gonna do this. It's very different and weird. Like, yeah. But so exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Exciting
It's
times.
great. I can't wait. I can't wait to play Mario Kart. So when we picked up Mario Party Jamboree, I did the thing that I try and do now, which is and I hope they continue to do this, but I got the vouchers.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with the vouchers with these more expensive games. Are they just going to be completely ineligible from the vouchers, or will I have to spend an extra couple dollars? Like, you know what I mean?
They'll probably increase the price of the voucher.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do it by much. What is it, $100?
It's $100. Because that was the thing when Tears of the Kingdom came out, it was like, it's $70. And I'm like, well,
Huge
just
deal.
buy the voucher.
Yeah, no,
Buy the voucher. You're getting two $50 games.
Half off of a Nintendo game that will never ever go down in price to that point.
$50 a game, you buy the voucher. So I got the voucher. I picked up Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh, the remake that came out earlier this year.
That first game was amazing on the Wii. I can't wait to see it just like on the current console when it comes out. It's going to look great. I'm not going to play it yet. I'm going to wait so that I have something else to play on my Switch too.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
It'll also be better because you used to have to like shake to roll or some bullshit when you played it on the Wii. So not having to do that will be nice. You should never have to do any kind of motion controls in a platformer.
I mean, I would honestly say there are a lot of genres that are better without motion controls.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. What is it? The Astrobot game? There's like some motion crap you have to do, but you can also just turn it off. So I did.
Yeah, I think I turned that off because I think at the beginning it asks you or something. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Oh, I think there's blowing into there's also like microphone
There's that.
Stuff
Yeah,
as well.
I didn't do that nonsense either. I also don't even have the haptics because I'm not playing, because I play with the Razer controller, the Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Yeah. Which you use the Razer, but you use it for Xbox.
Yeah, I have the Xbox Wolverine because I needed I have the PlayStation Edge, so I already have like a Pro PlayStation controller, and I really like the haptics and stuff in the DualSense.
I mean, look, the haptics are cool, but I need the asymmetrical sticks. I need them. Can't do it. Which not as annoying as Tuna needing legendary stick control. Legacy.
Sure. Yeah.
Playing every game with 10 controls like it's 1996.
But I needed to replace my I had an Elite Series 2 for a while, and just like over time kind of honestly fell apart. Yeah. And so I needed to replace that, and I know you really like the Wolverine on PlayStation, so I was like,
it's great.
And they were coming out with a new one with basically all the changes I wanted. So yeah.
I'm hoping Scuff actually updates their Xbox controller, because I didn't love the back. I felt like the buttons on the Xbox Razer that you had were almost a little too sensitive. Like I was like accidentally pressing stuff by just resting my finger on the button. But it might just be like, I just have to get used to how like holding it. But I do like that they added the like mouse click mechanism to like every button,
Hmm.
like on the face, because the Scuff controller first had that in the triggers, and then Razer was like, "Yes, but what if we also put it on the buttons?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"No,
yeah.
that is nice. That is very nice. That there is no better click than a mouse click."
No
So,
better click. Excited for Switch to clicky clicky. Let's go around. Let's mouse
are they
around.
clicky? Oh, dude. Oh my God, I can't wait. I mean, we're not
No, I
even I'm
don't.
not even going to be using the mouse until Metroid Prime is out.
So there is a game called that came out last year. Did you hear of Kunitsugami?
Yeah, what is it?
It's like I mean, it's like a feudal Japan Oni thing, and it's basically like you have to set up. There's this princess. It's called Path of the Goddess, and the goddess literally carves a path through the level, and you have to protect her. And you have to like set up defenses. So there's a bit of tower defense in it, but you're also it's a third person action game, so you're setting up defenses, buying new things, upgrading, and then also doing like cut hack and slash action. And it got like people really liked it, and they are doing it's launching on the Switch with the Switch, and they have mouse controls for like placing things on the map and stuff. And my coworker Kurt went and previewed it and was like, he's like, I really like Kunitsugami. He's like, I think this is the definitive way to play it. I think the mouse controls are really, really good on the Switch too. So
Hell yeah. That's
that might be
sick.
one to check out because I never
That's
got
cool.
around to it on the others. Yeah. So it's exciting. Switch 2.
We're gonna get
Switch it
Halo
up.
on in this thing? What do you think?
100%. 1000%
It will
Halo
be
Master
the
Chief Collection.
place to play Halo. Oh, that's interesting. Do you think it'll be Master Chief Collection, or you
Yes.
think it would be okay? I was thinking it could be Infinite.
No, no one wants Infinite. People want the OG Halo games
Okay.
on and playing those on PlayStation. Those will sell so much. Not only will they sell so much more, but their ability to run on on that system in particular. PS5 Pro obviously on PS5 not a problem, but
That game's
Switch
really
2.
big to put on a Switch too.
Well, how big is Infinite?
I think it's like half the size of the Master.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's got the upscale. I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
possible they'll do Master Chief Collection, but
Part and
I think it's
parcel. Like
possible
you
that it
just
won't
break
have
it up where
all of
it's
the game.
like,
Like it might not have
yeah.
4 in Reach. It might just be like 1 through 3 or something.
I would not be surprised as well if they don't sell Master Chief Collection and it is just like you
Oh,
buy Halo
dude,
1 for $10.
they could just sell us all the old Halos
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah, individually, and then
Yeah,
your because it's
because you'll
new on
play in
those
the same
systems.
hoppers. Yeah,
Like
but
it's not like, oh, you've had these games already and now we're just repackaging them for you like Xbox had. It is like, hey, if they released Halo 1, god, for what, like, if they
50
did like
bucks.
another 50.
Yeah, that's the thing is they're gonna charge $50.
No,
They could get away
okay.
with charging $50 for Halo 2 or Halo 3, I think.
I think you got to do 20. I think if you drop
That's
all
too
of,
cheap.
well, no,
40.
maybe 40, maybe. I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe this is one of the episodes where, that we try to bank or whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, regarding Fortnite, completely done on all of the passes.
Oh fuck. Am I gonna be able to use mouse controls on Fortnite on the Switch?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. It is pretty
That
sweet.
is pretty sick, dude.
I don't know if that's confirmed, but I'm assuming that's
I'm
going to be a
assuming it
thing.
will. I'm assuming it will. Also, Fortnite's
Yeah.
probably going to look pretty nice on the Switch too, because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Fortnite right now runs like absolute dog shit and looks like absolute dog shit on the original Switch.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure this will look better. I mean, it will look like it did on the last gen console, which was pretty good, like toward the end of the life cycle, and it will have all of the new improvements. Like it will have,
Right.
or whatever, and what I don't know, are they implementing like Nintendo DLSS? Like I don't even know how that works in these games.
A game like
it-
Fortnite, probably if they can.
yeah. So yeah, dude, I'm so stoked.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It doesn't feel like the Switch is coming out next week yet. At
Well,
least not, I think, for like like it doesn't seem, it's just a weird time for a console launch, right?
well, it was funny because I wonder how much because I was with my parents for a couple of days this past week, and I was telling them like, oh, I have to fly to LA next week, and we're doing this a thing called SGF, but at the same time, the Switch 2 is coming out, so we have to like literally be doing all of this coverage of the console plus SGF at the exact same time. Um, and my mom
Which
was like,
Nintendo's like presence at SGF is probably very small.
yes, but third parties will have like Switch
Sure.
2's out with
They'll
their
have their
game
games
running.
running on the Switch
Yeah.
too, even though it won't be the best version of it, just because people will talk about it because it's on.
Yes.
You're right. You're right.
Yes. Um,
That's
yeah,
smart.
but they will have a minimal presence, I'm sure. Um, but people will be talking about it all weekend, so like they don't
Yeah.
even need to be there, which is the kind of crazy thing. But it was funny because my mom was like, "Oh, wasn't that delayed?" And I was like, "The pre-orders were delayed, but it's still coming
It's
out."
kind
And
of
I was
amazing she
like,
even knows that
well, I mean, obviously it was big
because of
news
the
because it was
news.
like the
Yeah.
first thing for like the tariff, and I wonder how many people in the public, because that was the weekend of the tariffs basically. So like it was really, tariff talk was all in the news, and then obviously like when it came back, like how many people did it get to of the, because the Switch is a mass market
Right.
device. It's a thing that like a lot of people who are not plugged into gaming news are going to buy. I wonder how much of this is going to be a surprise to people that, oh, Switch 2 is out.
Well, because the big news was the tariff news,
Yeah.
not right. Like you're right. You're totally because Good Morning America probably isn't going to have anything about the Switch till it's out. And then they'll be like, oh, Nintendo's come out with new Mario Kart today. But otherwise, they probably didn't do anything about the Switch to actual pre-orders and the like actual like after they told everyone it was delayed, they didn't do an update because that wasn't interesting. It was only interesting because of the tariffs and
Yeah,
not because of the Switch.
exactly.
Yeah, you're right. There's definitely a group of people who don't know this.
Yeah. Although to be fair, my mom isn't buying a Switch 2. My sister probably is, but she's a gamer, so she knows what's
But
up.
I don't think your dad is either, just because he doesn't seem to listen to gaming podcasts. I'll never forget. It's the only thing your dad ever said to me. I was just like, oh yeah, from the podcast, like because
Yeah.
knowing that you've recorded the podcast at this house,
Yeah.
many times,
Yeah.
you talked about it,
Yeah.
probably on multiple occasions over the
They
last
know it
decade,
exists.
and he
Yeah.
just goes, haven't listened to it, and just keeps walking. It was incredible. It was so incredible. It was I've never been burned like that before. It was great.
It definitely wasn't meant to be. That was him just trying to awkwardly make a joke about the situation. Speaking of which, I need to talk about the rehearsal. I need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Spoilers for season 2 of the rehearsal coming up. Hot. Oh,
Do you want to just do that
man.
at the end?
Oh, you post show? Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be post. We can just kick that can so that like anyone that hasn't seen it yet, if they don't want to be spoiled, can just stop.
Let's
You know
do
what
that.
I mean?
Yeah, end of the show. We'll talk about that. Can we talk about Survivor 50 before we talk about games real quick?
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, we were already talking about games, but we can go
Yeah.
out of games and then back into games. Yes. So
Let's talk
24
about-
people for Survivor 50.
Right.
2 of which are from season 49 that's coming up.
That's crazy.
Which is fascinating because looking at the people that they are bringing back from recent seasons, they're either like really high caliber players or people that were like
they missed that shot.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Also like Q. I can't believe we got
no
fucking
Banu
Q
though,
back.
man. I mean,
yeah. They have Tiffany and Q. You're not going to bring 3 people back from the same season.
No 3K, especially. Yeah.
Tiffany seems like someone I guess who missed her shot, but like, she didn't stick out like as a personality to me.
I think they just brought her around because Q drove her mental.
Oh, that's good. Like
it was in I started following the Survivor Instagram for the first time
Okay.
because I wasn't following it already, and now like every other post is like from that, and it was like Jeff Probst like reading the names, and he'd do a little spiel, and he was like from season 46, you know, he was a very eccentric player, Q, and then he's like, and next from season 46, this person was driven mad by Q, Tiffany, and they introduced her in that way. And I was like, so did you invite her back for her game, or did you invite her back because you wanted to see what this dynamic was going to be like?
Yeah, she's gonna definitely try to avoid working with Q at all costs, is my guess.
So these earlier seasons, you're going to have to help me with these because obviously
Okay,
I don't
let me pull it
know.
up. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
I can't believe we have 24 people because I've wanted more people on Survivor, even if that
Yeah.
means they have to do like some double eliminations, so because they can't, stretch out the show. I've always felt like it should actually be a couple more people. Um, Off the top of my head, like I really only remember Colby. I don't remember Jenna. I don't remember Stephanie. Siri is someone who a lot of people love. I never understood the hype. I know
Mm.
she had like a strong social game. She was able to like kind of command people, but like otherwise, I don't think she's like, she's not good at the challenges. She's not like a standout player. And now she's also just so much older. I guess that's
Yes.
really more what I'm thinking. I don't know. I feel like we've seen the best that we're ever going to get out of her, and I just don't know why she's coming back. That I'm not excited about, and a lot of people are. I just don't get it. Ozzy is an old school like challenge champion. He's definitely going to be gunning for Joe. Um, Coach is again, Coach
Look
was
at
like
this
kind of an
guy.
older guy at the time, right? So
Yeah.
like now he's going to be also even older. So a lot of people like delegated to him, like he would kind of run things, and he was, that's why you go by coach, when you're
Right.
that person.
Right.
Um, some of these I feel like maybe you've caught when Brooke was like
I mean,
Aubrey.
yeah, I mean, definitely like some of these faces are recognizable, but like I don't know who they
Okay.
are.
I
Yeah.
really like Aubrey. She's definitely
Okay.
like one of the best nerds that I've ever played the game. Didn't quite win, but she's gone pretty far. I think she's been back. I just think she came back actually for her second season.
There's three.
Um,
She was on Survivor Cow Wrong, which was second. She came second. Then Game Changers, where she came fifth, and then Edge of Extinction, where she came 16th.
okay. Yeah.
So she didn't make
Okay.
it far on that last one.
No.
But that was probably because people thought she was a big threat. That's what happens to
She
some of these people.
she's very likable,
Yeah,
which scares people. I
sure.
don't remember Chrissy. I will have to go
She was
look at
only
what
on
she
one
was.
season.
Yeah. I don't remember
Heroes
her.
versus healers versus hustlers, whatever that
Christian.
means.
Christian, dude,
Yeah.
I love Christian. I love him.
He
Not
shares your
just because
name.
we share a name, but
Yeah.
because he does something in that season that I would do, and it just drove people up a wall. Like he first of all, he did really well in the challenges, even though he doesn't necessarily look like a challenge beast. But there was one of the ones where you have to like hold on to a thing, and it's just stamina. It's one of the stamina challenges where it's just painful after a
Mm.
while, and it was just him and like a couple other people, and then he just starts talking and just doesn't stop talking the entire, and everyone is just like, you see it, like he's just burrowing into their minds and like fucking losing it over. It's so good. It's like it was a really iconic challenge, I think. So I'm very much looking forward to him coming back. He was a guy that like the second they were able to get him out, they did, because
Yeah.
he was winning challenges.
Seventh place, he came in David versus Goliath.
Angelina, Rick, blah, whatever. Mike White, that's interesting. I think my man's coming back like, I need more ideas for White Lotus.
White Lotus. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's coming on the show for inspiration. That's what I think. I think he wants to see how well he can do. Um, I mean, I feel like he wasn't a strong physical player before, and that was a long time ago now. He's not
Sure.
young. So
Sure.
I think
You
he's
don't
gonna
have to, I don't think you
struggle.
necessarily have to be obvious. Like
It's true.
people. Yeah.
And it's a shorter game than it used to be, so it won't be as
Yeah.
hard on him. It won't be as grueling. It being 13 days shorter it makes it a much easier game. Although I wonder how they're going to do this. They can have double eliminations at the start, or are they actually going to stretch out the number of days? Or like, yeah, I guess we'll find out. Jonathan, another challenge beast. Another
Who's
absolute
Rick
challenge
Devon?
beast.
You know, he was
Huh?
on the
Oh,
Edge
I
of
don't remember
Extinction.
him. I don't
Okay.
remember this guy.
Yeah, I mean, now we're getting
And
to people I
then we have all the
know,
new people. Dude,
and this
Emily.
guy was just like, yeah, I'm really glad Emily's in it.
I'm so glad Emily is in it.
Yes, I'm glad. Like Andy, like they're like, okay, let's get like probably the best post, new era player we've had.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for Hunter. Do you remember Hunter? He was
Which
a
season was
crazy
that?
challenge beast. He was on Charlie's season.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
He was awesome and he loved the game. I was really hoping
Yeah,
we'd get him, but that's okay. But we did get Charlie. I mean, it's crazy they got Tiffany Q and Charlie from that season, but they didn't get Hunter. And Genevieve. I mean, I'm feeling
yes.
good about this because we got like there were a bunch of people I wanted from the new era, but if I
Yeah,
had to like order them,
Genevieve would be
Emily,
high.
Charlie, Genevieve, Joe, and Hunter would have been my top five. And the
Sure.
fact that I got four out of my top five, I can't complain about that.
Yeah, and I love like we get Kyle, Joe, and
And
Camilla
Camilla. Yeah.
because it'll be fascinating to see Joe without Eva,
Yeah. I mean, it's going
and
to be a completely different game. Remember
yeah, it's
day
gonna
one of
be
that season, he was like,
yeah,
I'll lose this game before I screw Eva over. Was like,
yeah,
and that was it. That was his whole game.
and yeah, getting Kyle and Camilla back is like now people know
Yeah.
what they their game is like, and so like they
Anyone that's won
very
already,
interesting. Yeah,
not long for this world.
yeah,
D, Kyle,
probably.
not long for this world. Which, you know
Yeah,
what? That's fine.
come on, Genevieve, it's just season girl.
Dude,
Let's do it.
Genevieve, I'm so
Let's
pumped. I want
go.
Genevieve and Emily
Uh,
to get together.
they would be a formidable duo.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
both also had the kind of like seemed like the villains of their season at first, but then like they really weren't. And so like they're both going to play a very different game, but we know strategically that they're actually very smart. So
Yeah.
I want to see what they can do there. Like you want like a Joe, I want like a Joe, Emily, Genevieve trio kind of here. Like Joe's got to team up with some people that know how to play duplicitously.
Yes. I wonder if like without Eva there, he'll be like, okay, let's play a completely different game.
But he
Like
has
that's
to
kind
now
of
because
how
he basically was told he lost because he played an honest game.
yeah. Um yeah. Yep, fascinating stuff. Fascinating. You've been playing anything else?
Yeah, Tom, I've just been playing Star Wars. I mean, that's not true. I've been playing Walkabout Mini Golf as well because Tuna and I have that, race competition going on where we're trying to fill out the speedrun.com website. Um,
But are you talking about
Battlefront.
oh, I thought you meant Outlaws because I know there's new
Oh,
Outlaws
I'm gonna
content.
talk about Outlaws as well.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so tell me you've been spending time with it.
Battlefront is a really fun game. I'm just never gonna be a big fan of like card systems in games and first person shooters that have like a lot of different loadout options. I really think that the games just are served better to not have all of that stuff. That being said, I get why these companies do it, and it's just like a monetization thing. And there's a lot of people that won't play these games if they're not like infinitely upgrade. It's just such a turn off for me. So that part of that experience, like when I first got in, I was super hyped, and then there was like a little bit of a like, okay, well, remember what this game is,
Yeah.
for a moment. But then I started playing the campaign, which I never played through.
Mm,
Dude, that campaign is fun. Like the
yeah.
space
I
missions,
played the majority of it, but I don't know. I soured on the game pretty quickly because I think the discourse around the game was just like so
it was bad. Yeah.
bad.
But then they fixed all the monetization garbage and everything. So I played some multiplayer, but I've primarily been playing campaigns. I've been playing it late at night.
Mm,
I want to do multiplayer with you and Tuna. We just have to make that happen. But the campaign's fun. It's a fun, you're playing as the bad guys, which is
yeah.
cool, But the game looks great. like visually it's beautiful. Lighting is great, especially on like it was made for the old console, so like on the new ones it obviously runs like perfectly. Like there, um it's a lot of fun. The player count went up even higher yesterday.
Oh,
So it hasn't
oh,
started to wane. It's actually going up higher.
that's crazy.
Yeah. That's kind of awesome. And it does make me wonder, like with these old games, like when does a game die? You know? Like
Never. I mean, it really never
right?
does. Like that's yeah, just like how movies don't die. Like
Yeah.
cult classics live on forever. Like, yeah, it's awesome. I'm so thrilled. I mean, look, I mean, we'll get to it in the news. I don't think EA is in any position to make a
Oh God,
Battlefront
Tom, it's
3,
killing me. It's killing me.
considering that they just canceled that Black Panther game that they were
Yeah.
making. So like, yeah, it's. I wish. I don't know. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if like EA gets to make it or like Disney can just
Well,
pass that.
their 10-year deal is done.
Well, the
That
10-year deal on
exclusivity
Star
deal.
Wars is done, but I don't know what kind of deal they have for Battlefront
But who
specifically.
cares? It doesn't have to be called Battlefront. You could make the same fucking game somewhere else
Sure,
with a different engine, a
sure.
better system for upgrades. And you're not like, I understand it has a name, but at the end of the day, if you show
No,
me a big Star Wars space war,
yeah.
if you come out with Star Wars Battle for Gorman, I'm gonna
Battle
play
for
that.
what, Gorman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andor season 2,
Oh
Gorman.
no, I haven't watched any of it yet.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I
you've
know.
watched none of it? I mean, I knew
No.
I was behind because I'm only halfway through.
We're
Holy
behind, dude. We're
shit,
behind on
Tom.
everything, man. We're so
It's the
behind.
most prescient thing that's going to come out this year, just as in terms of.
It's high on the list to get to. It's high on the list to get to. I will say that, but
It's
it
been
is.
incredible.
I know. I hear it's
But wait till
even
you see the
better than
planet
season
Gorman.
one.
Tom, you're literally gonna lose your fucking mind
I'm
when some
so
of the shit that
stoked.
goes down on that happens. I gotta grab something from the door. Why don't you tell me about something else you're playing?
Okay. Yeah, I've just been playing more and more bop, 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 Claire Obscure and Doom the Dark Ages, just kind of going level by level, just like flip-flopping between the two, having an absolute blast with both. Doom continues to be really fun. Some of the weapons that I'm unlocking in this latter half of the game are very, very fun to play with. The chain ball gun, having the flail melee is awesome. And I will say though, I do think some of the upgrades, like the upgrade paths for weapons and stuff, aren't very enticing. Like when I go get upgrades, I'm not excited. There's very few things where I'm like, oh, that's really good. Like that's really gonna change things. So yeah, but the core gameplay is just so much fun to kind of bounce around and take enemies out. And then Claire Obscure just continues to enjoy that, adding tons of new gameplay systems, and the late game characters are awesome. Very much continue to enjoy my time there. And then been playing a little Splitgate, which is currently in open beta in the lead up to its launch. So the beta rolls right into launch. This is essentially like a season 0 that's happening right now. And it's good that they did it because it came out end of last weekend, and for pretty much 24 hours their servers were down.
Yeah, we tried to play, we couldn't.
Yeah, it was they had to take them down, and when they came back up for a couple of days, like they were like, don't worry, all the back end is fine, but the front end isn't relaying the information correctly. So like challenges aren't popping, and like cosmetics aren't appearing, and all of this stuff, which seems to be fixed now, seems to be like in a stable state, which is great. I think it's very smart to do that, call it a beta, and have it launch a few weeks before actual launch, and then you've already dealt with a lot of these, day one problems where it is like the entire world can play this game now, which obviously is impossible to prep for.
Yeah.
But the game feels so good. It feels so polished. It really does feel like a game that is designed where you are coming back to it to play the game, not necessarily wanting to unlock Chief Palpatine or any of these
Or
other
Red Chief
things.
Palpatine.
Yeah, do you see Sith Rey is coming?
What?
Yeah, it's the last store item they're gonna drop is gonna be the dark side Rey with the dual lightsaber. Although she won't have the dual lightsaber because
Sure, of
lightsabers
course.
are saved for they're saved for the weapons in the game. But yeah, that's gonna be the next
Oh, dude, I
one of
gotta
the
get
final
this.
skins. Yeah.
I
Well, you
gotta
got the
get
V
this.
Bucks. You've got some V Bucks burning a hole in the pocket there.
Those like 3.5 seconds of Sith Rey on in the Rise of Skywalker is one of the best moments.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the game feels great. I love the different modes. I love how each one forces you to think about how you're using the portals, and how you're using the various abilities. And basically, yeah, every mode, it's like, oh, I need to think about portals for escape rather than like advancing and stuff like this, and just
Sure.
slight tweaks like that. There's one mode that is insane. I forget what it's called. It's like called Hot Ball or something. And the
Hot
idea is,
ball.
yeah, it's something where basically the conceit is you have a home base and that has 3 slots, and they put balls on the field and you can grab them and drop them off, but they can be stolen by the enemy team as well. And it's first
Okay.
to 3 at one time. And so it's just insane because you think you've got the up and then they're taking, and it's so that one is very stressful. Just trying, you're doing so well, but you're never having enough until you get very lucky and like the timing works out just perfectly. So I actually really like that mode. I remember being kind of frustrated at when they did their alpha earlier this year, but once you kind of get the rhythm of it and understand the pace, it can be a blast. Yeah, and I like the onslaught mode, which is the 24 player, 3 teams of 8. Maybe that's how they'll do it in Survivor, which is on big maps. And then how you're using the portals is less about how to navigate around firefights or get the one up on an enemy. It's more about what's the quickest way to, if you're doing domination, for example, what's the quickest way across the map? Oh, I see a thing all the way. And if you can see it and you can aim, like the portal will go there. That's the beauty of it, is like there isn't a limit on the distance. So you can
Right.
really, on some of these maps, if you get the eyesight correct, you can really make a huge crazy zip zap zoop. So yeah, I want to spend more time with it. I get, just like Battlefront 2, I'd love for us all to play it, but also Night Rain is on the way and Switch 2 is on the way and all these things. So
yeah,
tough
Night Rain
times.
might end up being your lowest reviewed game.
I'm
Fantasy
seeing,
Critic.
yeah. I almost removed it because I was not feeling great, or at least I was like, I don't think this is going to be as high as Elden Ring. And yeah, it's in the 70s right now, it seems.
I think it's at a flat 80 now.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah,
gone
but
up.
usually it ends up trickling down by a point or so. So we'll see.
I've played a little bit of Night Rain. I didn't get around to it until very recently.
Yeah.
So
it's also not a game that you want to play solo.
No, it's not a game you want to play solo. That being said, there are elements of it that I really have seemed to click with quickly, like the speed.
Okay.
You're moving very, very quickly. There's this really cool character called the Iron Eye, and it's different from how the core game works, where you have a character that you're building out and you're turning into a different build. Instead, you basically have various different builds, and the Iron Eye is the ranged character with the bow, and it was cool. I played a level, and the first like better weapon I found was called the harp bow, and every time you pulled the bow back, it made like a harp sound.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and
that's
looks like a harp.
Cool.
It
looks
looks like
awesome.
a harp. The design of what
games should have more fun weapons.
The tarnished, right, were the characters in Elden Ring, and then these are the Nightfarers. So it's
okay.
they're meant to be like different, and they're meant to
Yeah.
be specific,
Or more
very
magical.
unique builds. Yes, like there's a eagle soldier who can like
Sick.
do flying attacks and stuff. And I like the I because you can, the range really helps with like uh management of ads essentially. And then his move, basically each character has like an ability they can spam relatively frequently, and then they have like an ultimate which just takes longer to charge. And the Ionize a single ability is like a dagger dash where you get an invincibility frame, right? And you dash forward and like slash with the dagger, and you end up slashing through them and behind them, and you're automatically turned to aim at them. So like you can very quickly like disorient an enemy. So I really like
yeah.
that. I haven't
That
spent
is cool.
really any time with any other characters so far, but yeah, I like the speed of it. I like the fact that when you go to a site of grace to level up, it's just okay, you're leveling up, and that all that does is boost your stats. If you want like unique things and like little tweaks to the build, it's all about like finding the right weapons and finding the right gear. But the leveling up is just you go to a site of grace, you level up, and boom, you have more health, you have more stamina, you have more strength. And so I kind of like how it is, how they've condensed quite a complex system into something quite simple, and all of the complexity comes from the different ways you can build out these characters. So I really was kind of going to write it off until I got my hands on the sticks, and I was like, oh, me, Tuna, and Chris would have a blast playing this. So I'm hoping that at some point we can also squeeze that in.
Yeah. So I went to get packages from the door.
Okay, what you got? An unsnacked?
I fucked up.
Oh no.
Well, I had to refill my Gatorade, my Glacier Freeze, right?
Yes, of course.
I bought the minis by accident.
Oh no.
What am I supposed to do with this fucking thing?
I mean, I could go for one of those right now, honestly.
I mean, yeah, but like I'm gonna need two of them, I'm gonna need two every time. Stupid.
I gotcha. Stupid.
Why even make this? What are we doing? Dumb.
Yeah.
So also started Star Wars Outlaws, started the new DLC. Man, that game like really just came out before it was finished, which really sucks for those developers. But they fixed a lot of that within the year, and the DLC that came out, I've been seeing a lot more people being like, this Star Wars game is actually pretty good. Suddenly a lot of people are saying, so, maybe the game will pick up some sales and that will be good for it.
Well, it's coming to Switch too.
Right, and it's coming to Switch too.
It's one of the very few games that is coming to Switch 2 that is not also on previous gen consoles. It's one of the very few games that is only PS5.
It's a current generation game. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Ubisoft does have built-in cross-save. So you can buy it on Switch 2, and wherever you picked up from, you can play there. So honestly,
cool.
I think games should just do this by default. There are so many games that I am perfectly willing to buy 2 copies of on 2 different platforms if I have to.
Yeah, if your saves move back and forth, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think PlayStation should do it by default with their games. I think obviously Xbox has that built into their whole ecosystem, but yeah. So we'll see.
Maybe one of the things Outlaws was missing, which is so funny, is like if you shot someone in the head or you shot someone in the chest, it like didn't matter when the game first came out.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
So now like headshots are actually like meaningful. Okay. But I really think the stealth and combat in that game is not very different from Indiana Jones. And it's very similar. And I think the story is really good. I just think that the game just throws too much at you, and there's like too many waypoints for most people, and it's like a little overwhelming. But beyond that, like the actual core like the game is like fun as hell. I'm gonna try and get full achievements on it, I think. Originally I wasn't going to, but now like I've done everything but the new DLC. Pretty much like most of the side quests are complete. There's some stuff I have to do like which might be a little bit like tough with some of the enemy combat, but it should be fun. But yeah, I mean, it's a great update. The gameplay is even better now. It looks great. Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun. If you didn't play it the first time, or you played it, you got it, and then you didn't finish it, you should go back, check it out, because you might like it more now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I played a lot of Star Wars and Walkabout Mini Golf this week.
Awesome.
I kept thinking about like jumping into
Disney
Clair
will be very
Obscur,
happy.
but the reason I haven't is I think that would be a fun game for me to play solo when the baby comes.
I think so too. I think that's the perfect time to do it.
And
'Cause, yeah.
Switch 2 is next week. And I know that if I start that game right now,
Yeah.
I'm going to just completely stop playing anything but Mario Kart very soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to play games on my Switch too. So I'm also gonna be playing Donkey Kong Country. Like, so that's why I'm like, there's no reason for me to bother with this right now. I'm just gonna set it aside.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your what is the you know what? Forget it. Not important. I'm looking at the time. Let's move on. Let's
Okay.
move on.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna ask about what your Summer Games Fest week looks like. I was gonna say like when should we meet up, and I'm realizing that you're gonna want me to come to wherever you are the first day you're there because I'm gonna have your Switch.
Well, the hope is that I can go, like, the Nintendo store here has a midnight launch and I can secure one before the flight.
Sure.
But
yeah,
I'm currently in limbo about that, but so
yeah.
this is like really the only guarantee.
I feel like you would need to be in that line pretty early, Tom.
They usually have like media access to like Tis the Kingdom. Tis the Kingdom. They had, that was when they were like, come just watch them shoot
Tom's
Treehouse
gonna walk in and
live.
be like, do you know who I am?
Yeah, I'll be there with Jeff Keighley and everyone else. But although no, he won't be there because he'll be in Los Angeles.
In LA.
So I'm talking to their team to see if they're doing anything. I know that they will be for the new SF store that just opened. Yeah, and so and also like you can't even line up, Chris. You have to like order it in advance for pickup. Yeah, you need to have like an order reservation essentially.
I see.
And they're doing it at different times. So like the earlier you ordered, like, oh, you can get yours at midnight, and then they've been bracketing it out by hour. So okay, and then 1 a.m. you're booked for 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know how late they're doing it or what have you. So yeah, so we shall see. Okay, some news. Couple of things. EA continues its death spiral. It cancels its Black Panther game, and it's closing the developer they made to make it, called Cliffhanger. Electronic Arts has confirmed it's canceling its upcoming Black Panther game and closing its developer, Cliffhanger Games, which was only opened in 2023 to make the Black Panther game, is now shuttered. EA previously signed a deal with Marvel for multiple games, and an Iron Man title is still coming. Importantly, this is the right, exactly.
Yeah, they're using the what was that jetpack game they had? Their Destiny game.
Anthem.
Yeah, they're using the Anthem engine for Iron Man.
They're just putting Iron Man skins in Anthem and reselling it.
Yeah.
To be clear, this is not the Black Panther Captain America game from Amy Hennig. That's from Skydance Games, which is, I mean, Skydance is a J.J. Abrams joint, right? So this is different. This would have been like a modern Black Panther. I think rumors said that it was a character, you weren't playing as T'Challa. It was like set in a time where we don't have, like, you created your own Black Panther. Like what have you. Just rumors. Obviously, we don't know anything official. But that is, yeah. So that's been canceled. And as this article notes, additionally, EA is laying off staff on its mobile and central teams, though the exact number of unaffected staff is known. This follows from a previous round of layoffs in April and affected around 300 people and led to the reported cancellation of another Titanfall game, where Respawn was once again gutted. Going forward, Miel, who is the EA boss, Laura Miel, stated that EA would focus on Battlefield, so that's something.
Yeah, which there was some leak of Battlefield 6 gameplay the other day. It's very early. It looked like bullshit, but you know.
The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends, while development will continue on Iron Man and the next Star Wars Jedi game.
What about the Urbz? Are they gonna bring the Urbz back?
Urbz.
Oh, we'll talk about it after you finish reading. Sorry.
No, I mean it's fine. They're just talking about like they have Mass Effect, which that game is not gonna deliver for them what it surely cost. And then of course they have all the EA Sports games, which they and the thing is, it's a real shame this is happening to all of these other games, because the reason it's happening is because EA Sports FC has been not nearly as popular as FIFA was. And so the sales and microtransaction money that they're making is like a huge drop off. And that is why EA is in the spot it is. It doesn't really have much of anything to do with Dragon Age, 1.5 million sales of Dragon Age compared to their goal of 3 million. That money is nothing compared to the drop off they've seen in engagement and money spent in their sports titles, particularly the artist formerly known as FIFA. And so they're just gutting every other team to stymie the blood loss there, which really fucking sucks. Like that, it sucks. Fuck EA. We were right to make them the worst company in America all those years ago. So there you go. Very disappointing.
We're still gonna get Star Wars Jedi though. Like,
yes,
I'm sure there's
Jedi
people that are
3.
like, oh, of course we're getting that game. Did very well. We're going to get that game.
We will get Jedi 3. That being said,
it's got to be almost like that game's got to be closer to halfway through development at this point, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it only took 4 years between the release of the original, and we're
2
halfway
at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. That being said, I don't think just because Respawn has a very successful Star Wars series that will ultimately save them. I wouldn't be surprised if when Jedi 3 comes out, it's the lowest selling of the 3. And then what do they have after
I feel like that's usually what happens with trilogies anyway.
Especially over a long time. And granted, 4 years is actually
Although everyone really liked that second one.
I like
that second one did a lot better than the first one. So I don't know. Maybe not.
Sales wise?
I think just critically, I thought it did.
Oh, critically, I mean, both of them.
And just like word of mouth. I thought people liked that second one better.
Fallen Order versus Survivor sales. Let's see. Do we have any?
And that doesn't really even tell us anything. So I wonder how many people have played this through Game Pass.
Oh, Jedi Survivor outperformed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order in launch sales. So maybe, but that is AI generation. But in the UK, at least, it did, where they kind of publicly released those. Physical sales were down, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor easily beat Fallen Order. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, over 20 million in sales is good. It's very good. That's a very good game. That game, honestly, you know what, Tom? If that game comes out with over 20 million in sales, it also might save them. That is a lot of money.
Especially if your other games are making less and less money every year.
It would be hard to explain to your shareholders why you're closing the studio that just made one of your most profitable and best-selling games.
I mean,
it wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Yes.
I hope it does well and they don't.
No, of course. Respawn is too good a studio, man. Too good a studio.
It's nuts.
Pokemon Legends Za launches in October. Switch 2 edition detailed. with the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, blah, 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 beep, beep, bop, boo, October 16th. And there will be, that's for obviously the base Switch, and then the Switch 2 edition is also coming out. Official Pokemon social media accounts confirm the release date and that the Nintendo Switch 2 edition will feature, quote, improved graphics and frame rates. Okay. It's a $10 upgrade for the Switch 2 edition. And you can buy, obviously, the Switch 1 edition and then upgrade that way.
Great.
Down the line, or however you want to do it. Honestly, do I even want to? I mean, I will spend the $10 more to get the better version, but like, how much better is that game gonna run and look? Yeah.
I mean, wildly, I would think, right?
I mean, I don't know. I think it will perform a lot better. I think the frame rate will be much better. I don't think it can do a lot to like improve how the game looks, though.
Maybe the lighting engine. I could see like
Actually,
I could see shadows and things like that, like really basic things. Because I saw some comparison shots for Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 1 and Switch 2.
it just looks
And it was
substantially better. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's entirely possible that anything going through that process could look a lot better. Just because a lot of the Nintendo games, one of the ways that they still ran well on those systems, on the system, was they don't use a lot of the bells and whistles, right? Like they have all the features that you'd want to turn on a powerful console or a PC are off on the Switch, so the game still runs. And then Nintendo's just using some magic to make their game still look good. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but it's all in the art for them.
No, I agree. I'm excited, and I will buy the better version.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Did you see that in the Tears of the Kingdom, the upgrade, you can repair your weapons?
Yes.
Through the app.
Yes. I was gonna say there's a bunch of quality of life features in an app you can download.
Fucking stupid.
Oh man. I don't know if there's any other big news this week.
No, I don't think. Did you check out the thing I sent you in the I sent you an image, a text shot.
Let's see.
Sent you a picture of Nintendo DS game, the Urbz.
Wow.
The Urbz, for people that don't know, is it was, I think, first on the Game Boy Advance. It was the first time I saw the Urbz.
Oh, this is what you were saying earlier. I thought you were saying the herbs, because the way Americans say herbs is without the H.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? The
Sure.
Okay, the Urbz, the URBZ.
Yeah, it's urban Sims, which means it's Sims that takes place in the city.
It's Sims with black people.
Yeah, that's basically what the cover art. Yeah, yep. It certainly does. Also, especially that at this time in American language.
So funny to look at, dude. It gets more insane the more I look at it.
Dude.
It's got the black guy with the fro, and then it's got these two white people looking directly at him for some reason. Not out at the.
They are looking at him. Yes.
Why are they looking at him like that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And he clearly also just came, like the white guy clearly just came from like the basketball court.
What it is it's like this kid has lived in the Urbz for his whole life, and these are the transplants who like can't afford to live anywhere else.
And this is, by the way, if you remember, this is about 20 years ago, back when, like, on the news, right? White people who were either afraid of being called racist or were racist would, instead of saying black people, they would be like urban. They would use the term urban all the time. They'd be like, oh, like, could we get some urban music? Like, like, so it's a really unbelievable thing that exists, that every now and then, this is one of those weird games, Tom, that every now and then it pops into my head and I'm like, I can't believe they made this game. Like, why did this? Who greenlit this? Who was like, we're gonna make a small version of The Sims. It takes place in the city. We're calling it the Urbz.
The Urbz. Wow.
We're gonna market it to teens. It's teen, and I'm like, well, who do you think is playing The Sims? It's like, what? Who do you think is currently playing The Sims as it is? It's the same people that are coming for the Urbz, you know? And they're just gonna be disappointed by this game. Stupid game. Decorate your box-sized apartment in the city.
Oh, very good.
So funny.
So fun.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's what we got.
We can talk about rehearsal and post show.
Oh,
Let's talk about rehearsal.
give me your quick hot take right now. Give me your
what continues to be one of the best TV shows ever made.
define the rehearsal in 5 words.
Autistic. I just need the one. Autistic plane show. Crazy host.
Yeah, there you go. That's great. I've got 5 words for you. Stay unranked until next time.
Until next time.
Until next time, stay unranked.